It's a short question.
But I give long answers, huh?
Yeah. In your opinion, does the failure of the euro imply a separation of the European Union? And also, is it a viable solution to save the European Union, a more stronger budget control for the European Union?
Can you repeat the last part?
That is it a viable solution in order to save the euro in a long term after they already find a short-term solution to give it the European Union a stronger budgetarian control?
Stronger budget control.
Yes.
There's a kind of trade-off there. Strong euro, budgetary control, fiscal union, etc. On aggregate, that can be good for Europe, but in our immediate region, state, etc., we lose some control over decisions, because you know the most important feature of democracy is the control of the purse, the control of money. So that's going to be the value trade-off that you will have to decide. But the technocrats tell us that what you're asking is correct, that that's what you need in the long run if you're going to have a strong euro. What is more interesting is to see how this will work out with the old idea of Europa de vitesse, you know, two-speed Europe, etc. And that will be an interesting picture, because we already have de vitesse, right? Schengen is not all of Europe. The euro is not all of Europe. But if there is a real strengthening of economic management by the euro bloc, the 17, and the remaining 10, then the governance cleavage between the 17 and the 10 will deepen. And it will be interesting to try and understand what kind of Europe it is where you have really two parallel structures of governance, one of the euro bloc and one without the euro bloc. And that question will be much deeper if they really assume budgetary control, fiscal federalism, where Brussels dictates and has the powers to enforce fiscal discipline, etc. Ideally, now I have to hide behind the table, there should be a European income tax. Yes. Income tax is one of the strongest forms of democracy. It forces accountability. People then, they're taking my money. What are they doing with my money? They have to explain to you and justify to you. Then suddenly the European Parliament will be important. People will vote for, no, maybe I'm wrong again. But if the European Parliament decides what level of taxes you pay, that will be extremely important to vote and make sure that your party is in power. So I once wrote an article published in El País called "No Representation Without Taxation."